Hello, all. Welcome to Honeybee U Tarot. This is my first official tarot video. I'm nervous. Um, uh, I've been doing readings for a while now and have decided to go ahead and take the plunge. My dog Max is back here. He's got to be in the middle of everything. I guess it's just really time. 2020 is here. I think we're all being asked to level up and move into our purpose, which is I believe, more than our passions. Hopefully, our passions are linked to our purpose, but this is both for me. I am a professional counselor as well, but the sort of metaphysical and the spiritual side of psychology, why we're here, why we do the things that we do, has always been interesting to me, and I have always been afraid to really kind of talk about it. And so this moment, right as we move into the lunar eclipse in Cancer, in the season of Capricorn, is huge. It's huge. It's huge for all of us. And so thank you for being a part of this. I don't know if anybody's ever going to see this video, but here we go. So I want to look at what are the issues for the collective. For anybody that comes across this video, what are the issues that we need to be aware of and to be looking at? What does Spirit want us to know about the current energies? And they are very potent. I'm not an astrologer, but I do listen to astrology. I am a very fascinated and probably going to go in the direction of looking at north nodes in my readings. And so that is definitely a passion of mine, has been for a long time. But with all the other things, we weren't like in a really potent energy. There's going to be, as we can already see right now, lots of disruptive energy, lots of enlightenment and truths coming out, but in maybe even in explosive ways, which it's kind of like the no duh that I just said, since we can all watch the news. But I've been having these senses for a while that this is coming, and I don't know, about 6 months ago, Spirit asked me to figure out my why, and I figured out my why, which is to help others recognize and really truly embrace that we are all connected. What we do at the individual level does impact all of us. It impacts everything. So our actions are important. We can't afford not to care about what happens on the other side of the world. We cannot afford not to care about the smallest little insect. We cannot afford to not care. And so that is my why, to be a part of that. And so here we go. So I'm just going to pull a moon card right now. I like to have the cards flip out. That to me gives me affirmation that Spirit is here, and I've already said my prayers and set my intentions. So what is the energy of the collective? I hope that I'll get a card soon. I'm nervous, so sometimes it doesn't help. All right, let's see. Here we go. That makes me happy. Oh, nothing is yet set in stone. And I'll try to make these cards visible. I don't have professional lighting. I don't have a professional microphone. I'm using my laptop. But this moon is mutable moon. It says nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck is communication is key. So whoever needs to hear that, we need that on the collective and individual level. And I will read from the Moonology book when I'm finished. Ooh, my chills are here. Okay. Okay, so I've already pre-shuffled. And we're going to get one card for what is the situation? What is kind of happening right now? What do we need to know? What does Spirit want us to know about the current situation? Knight of Wands and Queen of Cups. Knight of Wands is a young energy. It's a fast-moving energy. Wands is about spirit, passion, life force. He's going for it, right? He is like going for it. And the Queen of Cups, look at how intense she is. In her cup, right? Cup of self-love first, and then a cup of to offer to others. She's very she's studying it. In her highest self, which is what my goal is here, to help all of us to reach our highest, wisest, most enlightened selves. I see this as really, once again, well, YouTubers won't know this, but I say this all the time on my Instagram and Facebook accounts. We have to really focus and meditate on our why, our purpose, individually and collectively. What are we doing here? And I think here, what this is saying is know that, be in tune with it, nurture it, and go for it. Like, go for it. Now is the time. Now is the time. Set out on your journey. Take that, I don't want to say, oh my God. And at the bottom of the deck is King of Cups. Okay. So he's very stable in his emotions. There could be this could be a, for whoever's watching this, very passionate and yet nurturing relationship on the horizon. Maybe if you follow your bliss, if you follow your passion, if you continue to move towards your purpose, your highest self, you will come upon, you know, that soulmate that you're looking for. This isn't about a love reading, but yeah. Okay. I'll just get a clarifier. I'll put these. Okay, so I'm going to tilt this down a little bit. Okay. Some of you won't have a flipping clue what these cards mean. Some of you will. And so for those of you who want to look at the cards and do your own deciphering, there you go. Okay, Knight of Wands and Queen of Cups in the situation, okay, or the what is going on, what are the current energies, okay, as we approach the full moon, the lunar eclipse, you know. water signs, of course. I don't like to get into all of that, but I guess that could very much be pointing to that. Oh my gosh. And also Chariot, which many readers call the card of Cancer. This particular deck, the Chariot is moving. In other decks, it isn't. So for me, this is quick, fast moving energy. Drive yourself now. To me, this is a cup saying go now, 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 now. And at the bottom of that, oh my God, at the bottom of that deck was the Ace of Pentacles, okay? This is about material things, things that we create. It's about money, opportunity, seeds, planting that seed. Go for it, people. Go for it. Whatever it is you're dreaming about, whatever is your bliss, whatever you are passionate about, whatever fills your cup, go for it now. And then after that, look at that, the Ace of Cups. Oh my God, right? My cup floweth or runneth over, first with love from God to me, and then from me to me, and then from me to my lover, and to the world, and to all of us. There's going to be, okay, I've already got some indicators. I've got twice the Three of Swords underneath, second and third card under here. I don't think this is going to come without heartache in some way. You may have to leave something behind, may have to grieve something or someone. There may be rejection. That's always been one of my fears, you know, get burned at the stake. And I do have family members that just don't understand why or what I'm doing. But it's been my path and it is what it is. So there may be some grief and heartache related to this, but this is good stuff. Okay. So that's the clarifier there. You can see that. Okay. So what action should we take, Spirit? Oh my gosh, if you guys could be here, you could see my goosebumps. It's crazy. Okay. Whoops. There's the Tower. When I'm shuffling my cards, I also like to see what kind of cards it keeps sort of showing their little face, right? Like, yeah. You guys, Three of Swords, that's heartbreak. Gosh, I don't know what that is about, but okay. Giving and receiving in a balanced way. Do you, at a personal level, do you need to ask for help, or do you need to be giving help? Do you want help? Do you want to give? We're like looking at giving and receiving back and forth. Again, it's in the collective. Six is balance. You know, sometimes you're the giver and sometimes you're the receiver. And so I think we're being asked to figure out what we need right now, and to be truthful and honest and what is that? Impartial. Logical, even. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean the energy that's out there, is kind of counter to, I think, what I'm seeing in terms of, like, if you watch the news, it looks very scary, it looks very sad, but every time I see these very dark times, and believe me, I cry and I feel bad and I feel low and I feel heavy and I can't sleep or I sleep too much or what, all the things, I really, really try to focus on, but what's the higher part of this? What's the higher wisdom here? And my prayers right now are that, you know, as we see the fires raging across Australia and we see choices being made by our world leaders, supposedly world leaders, that we become more truthful and honest with ourselves and what part have we played in what is happening, and that we need to decide if this is okay with us. Is this really okay? Let's even just say that you are a person who doesn't believe in global warming, climate change, anything like. But what if it is true? Do you want to be wrong? I'd rather err on the side of being wrong and doing right by the earth and the multiple next generations to come than living in greed and self-righteousness and ego. I would. I don't know. Okay. Well, I do know. I don't know why I just said that. That was kind of dumb. Okay. So what's a clarifier? Goosies again. Goosies. Hello. The stones that were poking me in the eye tonight were chrysocolla, malachite, and Apache tears, and that all makes great sense to me. Pine cones are symbols of the pineal gland, which is what we need to strengthen when we're meditating and trying to connect to God's spirit, our highest, wisest self. And you can look up those crystals. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. All right. So the sun is in Capricorn. And as I understand it, there are a bunch of signs. There are a bunch of planets that are lining up right after the eclipse. Including Saturn, Pluto. I think Uranus is in there somewhere. I don't quote me on anything except for Saturn and Pluto. But Saturn is about structure, and Pluto is sort of like explosive, along with Uranus, sudden, explosive energy. So what am I seeing here as it pertains as a clarifier to this? I feel like yeah. This might also come from the no duh file, but the leadership is being toppled. The haves may soon become the have-nots. What once seemed important may seem less so. Quickly here. It could be a toppling of innocence, but I just really, there's something about the sun there that makes me feel more hopeful. The sun is Leo energy as well. And it just could be maybe just a flipping, you know, like I said, of what we've known up to this point. The have, the have not. If you've been in a struggle, maybe the struggle is ending. If you've been living a certain way that is unsustainable, that's probably going to come to an end here. Or needs to get you back on track. Okay. This is in the what do we need to do? So if this is in the what do we need to do, what's the action we need to take, I do think, you know, again, it's connect with that inner child, with the joys and the bliss. This came up in a reading with a client today. Connect with your inner child. You know, what are you here to do? What are you passionate about? And if you've built structures that are limiting in any way, whether they're fears of, yeah, there's some fears there, or what do I want to say? Restrictions from parental figures, particularly, and I'm only saying this because I'm looking at a card that's right here, the Four of Pentacles, and this man, right? It always reminds me of a father and a daughter. You know, Capricorn is, you know, alive and well right now in all this energy. So there could be some influences from a father figure, positive or negative, you know? That's up to you to figure out. Okay. And if we do follow our bliss, if we allow ourselves to dismantle structures that are no longer working for us before God does, because it's happening, it's coming no matter what. What can we expect as a possible outcome right now? Ugh. Wish you could feel the goosies that I get when I know Spirit is here. Spirit, God, angels, archangels, divine white light, Jesus, Mother Mary, Mother Earth, Cosmos, Universe. You know, why do we think we need to own the name of ultimate God, creator, love? Why do we think we need to own that? It's the name of that. Whatever that is for you, that thing that helps you to be your highest, wisest, most connected, most intuitive, most loving, most creative, most ethical, most connected self, whatever that is. I have many names for it, and I feel it in many different ways, and I see it in many different ways. I get messages. I am not a psychic. I guess in the way that we think of psychic. Okay. I saw the Three of Swords come out again. So weird. Okay. So these are possible outcomes. Heartbreak. I'm having something come to me as another interpretation for this. I'll say it in a minute. Again, the Tower, this Tower card matches that Tower card. Okay, they're the same. We dismantle it or it gets dismantled, blown up, blown to pieces, because it has to. Or we decide what we're going to do with this opportunity that we're being given. Where are we going to plant our seed? Where are we going to, what are we going to focus on? We're going to be grateful for, and then move forward and plant that seed. So let me just, and at the bottom of the deck is the card of Aquarius, which is the card of healing. You know, she's naked underneath the stars, knows that she's in the flow. There is healing here. It's a card of Aquarius. Many people say a card of Aquarius, okay? I don't know why I feel like crying, but I do. I think some of us might have an easier time than others, and I'm just thinking of the things that are going on in the world right now. But this came up 3 times, right? So, for some reason, this looks to me like, and I'm saying this in relationship to all the other cards that came out. Like, we have to decide, are we leveling up or not? What are we going to do with this 100 years that we're giving? What are we going to leave as a legacy? What is your purpose? What is your passion? When you see the 2 of Swords, there's sort of like an indecision or an unwillingness to look at the truth or know the truth. And then when you see the 1 sword, most of the time when you see that, that is indicative of like the truth or new insight or new awareness or yeah, I'll leave it at that. And for some reason, this looks to me like there was non-movement, no decision made, and someone came and went, and that someone, I think it would be God, and went, this is the truth. I don't think it has to be that. I feel like there's options. But what are you going to do? What are each of us going to do? I don't know. Ugh, I hate crying. Okay. So what would be the possible block? For those of you who read cards, I don't know if can you see? Yeah. I use this deck that the Wildwood Tarot for now I'm using it just to get a possible block. What would be a possible block that is moving us or keeping us from moving towards our bliss? I already mentioned a couple of them. Of taking that action, that much needed, passionate, quick moving, go for it. I am a warrior. I can move and drive my chariot where I want. What would stop us? What would be the block? What would be the block? I'm going to have to, I don't know this deck very well yet. It's a little bit different. Ugh, I'm kind of tense. Okay. Where are we at? A half an hour? Okay. What would be the block? What would block us as a collective? What would block us? Sorry, y'all. There's a. I'm not taking these. I'm taking this one. quickly my interpretation without reading out of the book. Bottom of the deck is the Moon card. That requires digging deep and looking at our shadow side. But the card that came out that I decided to take was the Eight of Stones, which is similar to the Eight of Pentacles, and it's skill, right? Having to do the work. The work is the thing. We have to do the work. That might be what would prevent someone from moving forward. Is it's not necessarily easy. It's not like you got to work it. Wow, that just came up in a session today too. We've got to be willing to do the work. And like I said, maybe even lose some things that are no longer working for us anymore. Happens all the time. Are we going to dismantle it, or is it going to be dismantled for us so that we can, we're here to be our highest selves. We're here for this spiritual growth along the path of humanity's lessons, our own human lessons. Huh. I'm going to read this out of the book. He's like this ancient man, right? And I feel like this is saying, we've been marching along towards this forever. He's burning his incense. He's got his carving tools. Eight of Stones skill. Eight of Stones, Eight of Stones, Eight of Stones, Eight of Stones. And chills everywhere. I have a arrowhead collection that I inherited from my dad. He always wanted me to do something with it, and I finally did something. And I'm working on doing more, but I've been seeing arrowheads all over the place lately. In fact, a booklet with an arrowhead was delivered to me yesterday at my office. And then here, look at that. A man clad in skin sits in a cave working at a stone carving. Around him on the walls and the ground are 7 objects which he has created. To one side is an ancient handprint, the signature of the maker. 3 rush lamps paint the scene with light and shadow. God, I hope you can see that. It's pretty cool. There is an ability to utilize skill for the completion of labors of practical necessity as well as love. Sometimes intense concentration and dedication are required. Remember her? She's very intentional, concentrating, meditating, focused. Since human beings first walked the earth, we have honed and practiced our skills in all manner of practical and esoteric arts. We have the awareness and self-discipline to develop new skills to meet new challenges and have overcome nature's most adverse and deadly conditions. Whether it Whether it was the life-saving and practical skills required to track and bring down sometimes dangerous game for food, or the growing and managing of crops for the good of the tribe or village, human beings have continually striven to invent new social frameworks, scientific or philosophical concepts, and practical tools and equipment. Such discoveries require us to master new skills for the betterment of the tribe or society. This unique human ability requires patience, perseverance, and most of all, self-discipline. Acquiring a skill that involves imagination and artistic flair requires time spent learning and defining the nature of self-expression. The mastery of any skill requires you to call on the divine to bless the effort and energy expended in the practice. That's the block if we're not willing to do what this whole thing said. If we're not willing to look at our shadow. If we're not willing to be truthful. We have a great opportunity here. And to manifest and to heal. Nothing is set in stone. It's making more sense now. You can stop here, but for those of you who want more, I'm going to go ahead and consult animal spirits, angels, and I will read from the Moonology Oracle deck. So, dear God, what animal, wisdom, energy, or guidance can we integrate? Here's deer. I always think of she's so peaceful, but also very aware, very attuned to what is going on around her, the slightest thing, right? It's earth energy. Slightest thing, she's, right? She can be very still. Holy. Okay, panther. Panther's, taking no shit. Remember the coyotes here where I live were attacking people, and I remember saying or writing about that I really felt that they were warning us that something big was coming. The animals were sick of it, and I've had a lot of interactions with animals that are like beyond normal, my normal. They're sick of it. We have to rise up. I have no idea what panther is about, but let's look at it. Looks pissed. Looks like, almost looks like the tower energy. Panther. Annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. Yep. I just said. Good Lord. Wow. Thank you. The panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. When in balance is brave and productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. And to bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. We all have been doing, I guess everybody calls it Marie Kondo now, but, decluttering, recognizing that less is more in many ways. And we need to do that in all areas of our life. I mean, how much do we really need? Okay. Message from the angels. We said greed is going to be our downfall. Greed is not better. It's not. Don't get me wrong. I like shiny things. But not at the expense of someone else. Angels. Oh boy. Oh. Okay. We have compassion, See how pretty she is. Compassion. Passion. Life review. Indeed. And nurture. This also came out today. My personal reading. Client reading. Compassion. Archangel Zadkiel, soften your heart with respect to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. We are human beings growing in our spirituality and in our enlightenment. We make mistakes. Sometimes we are the guy that wears the black hat in the drama and we're the bad guy. I've been the bad guy. And other times we are the hero and sometimes we are the victim, and we are hopefully growing. So what are you learning right now about yourself? What are we learning as a collective? I hope we're learning. Passion, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Life review, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. I mean, you guys, right? You saw, it's repeating itself over and over again. And nurture. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Both activities, nurture, compassion, passion, and life review. Okay. As a reminder, the card that started it off today was, are you reading that backwards? Nothing is yet set in stone. I'm tech challenged, guys, so, bear with me. Nothing is, and it's the mutable moon. So I'll read right out of Moonology. Thank you, everyone who decided to stay. This is my passion, and thank you for being a part of it. Mutable is all about change, shape-shifting even, that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for a maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there's also the sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. Oh. Turn on the news. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Some people are running around like the world is over, we're all doomed. No, I don't believe that, but we have to make huge changes right now. We have the ability to truly level up and become more enlightened. We really, really do. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Vote. That was my ad. Others will struggle with the uncertainty but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is set in stone yet. Attuned to the moon, I know that the best will unfold for me. So whether this is for you on a personal level, and it is, and or for the collective, for all of us, for the world, yes. Additional meanings for this card, you're meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Maybe moving slow, kind of trying to figure it out. Although I think the reading said, go. If you have an intuitive hit about it or inkling, or you've been thinking about it for a long time, now's the time to go, move, take it. Jump in, have your YouTube video, write your blog, start a new business, end that toxic relationship, jump into healing, let go of an addiction, start a new career, whatever it is, go. If you've been thinking about it for too long, it's time to go. If it's just new, you might want to meditate on it a little bit longer. Staying adaptable is the key to success for you now. Make sure you're not being led astray. Have you become distracted? Time to focus. Stay with it, whatever it means to you. And finally, the teaching. In astrology, there are 3 so-called quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. And when the moon is in one of these signs, you know there's going to be more flexibility in a situation. Anytime you pull this card, it suggests there's the opportunity to keep visualizing and affirming what you want, as there's still room for change. So think about what you want and enjoy the daydream. So I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much. And honey, be you. We all need you. The you that was created in your own unique footprint, your own unique expression, your own unique gifts. What you do matters, and the fact that you're here means you matter. So do you. Be you, honey. Be you. Thank you. Bye-bye.